But now we're going to get into the program with our very first guest of the evening. He is a musician, he is an actor, he's a hockey player who plays a goalie, but usually when he plays in real life, he ain't a goalie. So it's not fully meta. It's kind of like meta adjacent. Please welcome to the program, Ryan McDonell.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. And the dog's going off right when we start. It's amazing.
You know what? If I don't hear a dog, that's when I worry. That's
okay. Okay.
I always look at it as everybody wants to be a star. That's really what I think is, you know.
How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So Ryan, before we get into it, I just got to ask you, because like when I was watching season 2 of Shoresy, the one thing that's stuck in my mind is, what is wrong with eating a panini in the middle of the day by yourself? I think it's perfectly normal myself.
Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And if you were eating paninis in groups in the middle of the day, then maybe I think there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would think so. But
He's
Michael,
a bit of a solo lunch guy, you know? So there's a lot of people out there that like their solo lunches. I'm one of them, and so is Michael. So
I prefer a lunch alone, just because, you know, sometimes I get a little messy when I eat.
That too. Yeah, you can have your messy favorite foods that you may not have, like where there's someone across from you. You know, you can feel free to really get into like a, you know, for me like a Nova Scotia style donair or something. Like you don't really eat those with people. You eat that in private.
Yeah. Those are definitely on the messy side. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Michael's this season, he's got a good arc. He's got an interesting arc. You know, he's dealing with the idea of, I am like at the top of my game. I can do no wrong as a goalie, but what does it matter if there's nobody here with me to share the moment with?
It's kind of like that. I think anything in life, I would think, but yeah, it's like, I guess now that everyone's kind of seen, or hopefully has seen the new season, it's something he struggles with, obviously, and he's still kind of heartbroken from mishaps in the first season, and but you know, things come around, and I think it's just a like an ongoing theme throughout the whole season, actually, in a whole. Like, it's not just him. It's kind of you know, like it's great to win. It's great to have success. It's good, but like when you know, at the end of the night, when you're, you know, touching down, it's nice to have someone to share that with. So yeah, it was a good sentiment.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is something I noticed about the entire season, is that it's not just your character. A lot of the characters are going through the same, very similar situation. But one of the things
like
I noticed,
you want to celebrate, but you don't know how to, like, what's celebrating in a small town too. Like, or like, not that you can't, but just, and in general, just like, what is your idea of you know, success and celebration and feeling good and riding the wave of success, and you know, all those kinds of things. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. And one of the things that I think is a success for Michael's character overall, it almost, and I'm going to say stress almost feels like Shoresy might maybe kind of start to like Michael's this season.
Well, here's hoping. He slowly is like picking away at the respect column, you know, really just trying to get those ticks. Like I think with anyone on the team, like it's just tough love, really. It's just a tough love coming from him, and I think he's learned to kind of like accept who he is as a character, and if you're not getting chirped, you're probably the real love isn't there, maybe deep down. So it's I think personally, I think if you're getting a little bit of a chirp, it's usually because they care and just trying to make you better.
With this though, like I saw that you recently did an AMA and you answered some questions from the fans. And one of the questions that, one of the things that came up that really surprised me is that when you guys are shooting a locker room scene, you guys go through about 4 to 6 sticks per scene.
Sticks?
Yeah, like, your
like,
Chapman's Grizzly ball top cones.
That's what I put. Exactly. They're tough to find sometimes, but you can find them in like Walmart's in Ontario, I believe. And I think Chapman's is like, I mean, it's good ice cream. I don't know what to say. It's just they're damn good. They're like score bites on top instead of the nuts, which in my mind makes them over the edge. It puts them over the edge.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I'm thinking with the scene, like doing a long scene and go through four, I'm thinking at the end you guys are feeling pretty weighed down.
It's a lot of ice cream, and it depends if you're like a licker or if you're like the biter, and if you established a bite already in the scene. So if you like if you established a good chomp right off the master, you're screwed. you're munching down every shot. So yeah, I guess you could kind of be crafty with that. I don't really think about it in that regard, but thinking about it now, I can see how you'd be cranking them back. I know TR, like Terry Ryan, at the first season was knocking them back one day, and then we realized quickly, like, I don't know if we can do that. Like if this is going to be an ongoing thing, we should learn how to pace ourselves with these puppies. And then we've got one of our great crew, like someone will have a great big like garbage can. It's like the stick garbage can is just filled with half-eaten sticks. Sadly, like it's just you feel awful putting a half stick out. But
hey,
we'll probably get chirped for not finishing sticks. So that's movie magic. If it was real life, I'd never let a stick hang. So
there you go. Well, it comes down to it, finishing sticks. It's like, do you want to have the best scene now, or do you want to have the best scene of the entire season? Right. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's really fun to do. It's really, really, really fun to do, as you can hopefully tell on screen. And they're it's just a great group of guys and girls. Like we're all pretty tight, and the news is out too now that we're leaving here. Some people are leaving on the weekend. I'm going next week, at the beginning of next week, and we're all reassembling. And season 3 is going to be amazing. I just finished reading it. It's
awesome.
It's not like I've had a big career or anything, but like in the things that I have done, I've never been more excited to go do something right now with this. Truthfully, it's exciting. So it's a great show. Things are like going in a really, really amazing direction. So yeah,
that's awesome. So now that you've read all the scripts, now you can tell us everything that happens. So we don't even have to wait.
Exactly, right? I won't get in trouble.
No, like why not? Let's do it, right?
Yeah. Hockey is no more. We're playing rugby now. So we're
honestly
a golf team.
That would be on one hand, that would be so ridiculous, yet at the same time, I would
maybe work.
Yeah. And then it would, like imagining, Shoresy and all you boys out there, like on the links, just, chirping away.
Like have to get thrown together for a charity tournament.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That would be one of those like pandemic movies that they would have made for a pinch because they couldn't have been working or like writer's strike. Yeah.
Oh my God. But it's funny though, when you think about it, it's like golf is more tied to hockey than people know. Like that's really
for sure.
It's like you're out when you get out of the playoffs, where do you go? You got to go to do something with your time.
You got time for it. That's the thing. I got a new little guy. I haven't been golfing as much anymore, but that just comes with the territory, I guess. So
yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, I remember in high school, all the hockey players that I knew, they would like come spring and summer. It was golf. Like, yeah, it was just like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, oh, I'm going. Me and the boys are going golfing. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a great way. I mean, if you are getting up early, you're getting outside. It's like you can be done at a decent time if you want to go early enough. I can't get enough of it. I love it. And there's some great courses. I just kind of moved into Toronto not too long ago. And in this area, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone where I live, but like it's like in this area, like up in the northern part of the city, it's beautiful. There's so many beautiful courses, and Where are you guys again? You're around here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm based in Toronto. He's a little bit on
Yeah.
the outskirts of Toronto, but we're pretty
Yeah.
much GTA. Yeah.
We're all here. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
great.
Now,
Yeah.
during the second season, Michael's also gets involved in a little trivia. And
Mhm.
I want to know, Michael's happens to be a whiz at trivia. You yourself, do you partake in the trivia? Do you have a good enough knowledge you think you'd do well in, say, your standard pub quiz?
I have done some of those like pub ones. They're really fun. Um, yeah, like pop culture, some geography. I don't know. We start getting into like real deep history. I probably he might start losing me, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm all right. I can hold my own.
Well, there you go. That's
Yeah.
good. Well, I've prepared this 5 question. No, I haven't done that. Don't worry. I didn't prepare trivia for you.
You could have. That would have been fun. We'll just sit here and just turn to a game of Trivia Pursuit or reach for the top. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah,
right,
reach for the top. Totally. Oh my God. But of course, the one bit of trivia about you that I found out is that you figured out you wanted to do acting when you were watching Ghostbusters as a kid, right?
Pretty much, man. Yeah, yeah. It was a pretty sharp tie between like Bill Murray and like truthfully like Kermit in the Muppet movie and stuff like that. Real
Perfect.
talk. Yeah, real talk.
You
Like
know,
the
it's funny.
original
Fozzie Bear is what made me want
Muppet
to do
movie.
stand up. So
Yeah, yeah,
there
there
you
you go. Waka Waka, man. Like he's hilarious in that movie. Like when he's getting booed off the stage at the beginning,
yeah, yeah.
it's incredible. And it's just like, watching it back now, I laugh out loud. I still think it's an amazing movie. It was those type of things. There was like some magic to it. Well, I think in that realm, a lot of people, that movie was pretty special for a lot of reasons to a lot of different people. For me, it just resonated in the like. It kind of took the wall away from it, realizing that you could do that as I had watched stuff, but I hadn't watched it like that, and I was like, "Oh, he's funny." Like I think, like I kind of want to, be like that. But like how do you do that? Like that looks fun. I want to do that, like in groups of people, and improv started, and just theater and all kinds of stuff, and just picked away at it, and here we are, a bunch of years later. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Well,
anyone else, I guess. It's nothing unique, but
no, it's cool. Well, the thing I've noticed that me and Green both we in our respective times grew up around a lot of theater kids,
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
noticed that theater kids they tend to as they tend to really get into the acting, of course, but then they also get into the music, and you've gotten into both over your time, right?
I have, yeah. We've been lucky enough. Grew up in like a household of music, pretty much out on the East Coast and in Nova Scotia. And my dad still does it very well. His name is Ryan McDonell. I'll give him a shout out. I know he's probably listening. And but yeah, I grew up with a lot of like ton of music around. Every summer, I was up here. Kind of. My dad was playing a lot of shows. And then as I got a little bit older, I took an interest in it. Started playing, guitar and playing drums and things. And actually, drums when they would let me, but no, normally guitar and bass and things. And then got pretty serious with it in the end of high school. And you're doing it as serious as you can. And then I was out in Vancouver. Was doing a job out there and continued to live out there for a long time. Bounced around on the West Coast, and yeah, I ended up getting in a band out there too that was pretty successful, and kind of it's splintered off now, but they're all individually doing really successful things. And one of them, it was TV Heart Attack was the band, and then they've gone off now to a band called Actors, which I did play in, which ironically has nothing to do with being an actor, but and they're amazing. They're amazing. They're on tour all the time right now. Look them up. Just one word, Actors. And then there's Art Deco, which there's been some music in Shoresy. And I mean, if you listen closely on a hockey game or something, you'll notice he's playing in commercials. But he's had tons of hits out there. So he's one of my best friends too. And it's just fun to see the rise of his success too. And it's it's been fun. So yeah, I grew up and surrounded myself pretty well with that scene for quite a while. Tinkered around with Jared. I don't know if you're going there with that, but that's we had a fun experiment there for a bit too, and it was awesome.
That's cool. That is cool. You know, it's always interesting when we talk to, you know, any type of actor, performer, director, doesn't matter, and they have, you know, that other passion that they, you know, like in your case, music, and that's super cool, and it makes a lot of sense to me because, you know, like hockey players playing golf, you got to do something when you're not doing the thing that you do every single day.
I wish I could do it more. I do miss it for sure. One thing that's been I've been lucky with is that even a lot of songs that I've written over the time, just even the last bunch of years, that I've had just kind of stored away on files and, you know, rough drafts of things. Not even no lyrics or anything like that, just like kind of a full arrangement of things that have been used in like film and TV and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. And for me, it's kind of opened my eyes into a world of things that like I loved, but didn't know I could really be a part of. And it's starting to, hopefully I'll be able to get to do it more as time goes on. So it's fun. Sometimes you can have some happy accidents, like, you know, some song you wrote and you're like, I'm not even doing anything with it. And all of a sudden I feasted under a scene and you're like, holy shit, that looks good. And then they agree. And it's like, well, do you want it? And then they're like, yeah, we'll pay you for it. I was like, okay, shit, yeah. So, wait, you can do this? So yeah, it's, hopefully down the road, we'll get to do that a little more. So.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's not super common, you know, like to have like, actors, you know, like if you got into musical arrangement, like that's like I've heard actors doing bands and stuff, but like if you got into like doing like musical arrangements for TV and film, that would be, I think that's a really cool.
It's kind of endless now, right? Like it's the titles are really different now. I think you can come at it at a different angle, like kind of like anything these days. You know, like you've seen the success of oh man, I'm forgetting his first name, but from Radiohead, Johnny Greenwood, and he's been doing films. You know, Trent Reznor's been doing them now for a bit, and I mean, he just had umpteen files. I remember there was an album that he did called Ghosts. There was no rhyme or reason for it. Some songs were 45 seconds, but they were just like little movements, right? And ideas that he had. And then you're like, oh shit, this sounds like a soundtrack for Modern Warfare or something. Like, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this could work for that. So, you know, it's the bands are into it these days, I think, especially with you know, you get these younger directors who are fans of a band, and then they kind of like collaborate on the film itself together. You know, that's something that's been really cool to me, where you get to, you know, really sink into the whole thing rather than just maybe doing like a scene or two, but, you know, tonally wise and stuff. So it's I could talk about that stuff forever, but yeah.
Hey man. That's cool. That's definitely that is very cool. We got a couple emails in here. Elise B, very to the point of what they think. Dig Shoresy, the old man is amazing. The Holdovers was good. Mr. Green, get well. So there we go.
Thank you.
Right there. And then Shaw C writes, hey to Ryan. And then says, Mr. Green, take care of yourself. Don't listen to Alan Arkin's COVID health tips online.
I won't, but thank you.
I'm sure they were stern.
But hey, and also we just want to point out, when it comes to the feud that Mr. Green had with Alan Arkin, it looks like there was a definitive winner. The Holdovers is very good, a 9. How old is the old man? No, the Holdovers, how old is the old man? You know what?
Well, he was wearing Velcro shoes when I saw him walk out. So
so there's that. But he also, like every time I've asked him, he was always just said on the 8th day. So take that for what you will. Take that for what you will.
Well, that's really what it comes down to with him, you know. And what else can you do, right? But I gotta address something, Ryan. I have to admit, I am just a little bit disappointed in you tonight that you have your tarp on.
No.
Yeah, we were hoping you're
My
gonna get
tarp on?
greased up
Yeah.
and
Yeah, get spray
spray tan
tan.
on.
Just like holding the we were orange. That was fun. That was one of the days, like, I don't know if we'll ever do like bloopers or anything, but holy, we were having a good laugh that day for sure. So
Oh man, that's the time when you guys truly were sluts, right there.
I guess so. I guess so. That's the hockey male version, and we were it. So
There you go. No, that's good, man. Now, of course, it's continually said that goalies are weird in this, and you play Michael's the goalie. And in real life, though, when you play hockey, you're a player. So now that you've been, yeah. Now that you've been playing Michael's, do you have a newfound respect for goalies?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I done it once before in the third Slapshot installment. And I played the bad guy in there. It was a bit of a kids kind of take on the franchise, but so I got to do that and get to know that quite a bit. But then it was just kind of put to bed. I never looked at it again. I just kept playing like these beer leagues and a little charity thing here and there, and then I read for this character. I was the coach, and I just kept going on thinking I was the coach. And then they informed me later, like as I got the job and as the script started coming in, that I was going to be the goalie again. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Still same character, but like he's going to be strapping on pads now. So it was awesome. Like I'm down. I'm game for that for sure. And it's fun, but yeah, man, like there's a lot of routine. There's a lot of, I don't know. There's just a lot of isms, I guess you could say, right? Like they got isms coming out of their ass. So it's like, they're a complicated bunch. And then again, it's like, it doesn't help because everyone just leaves them alone to be the weird. They're like, go over there. Like they could use some guidance here and there, probably. Like like go in there with an understanding leader and try to guide them a little better. Maybe I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how Michael's ends up. So
they're the only part of the team that the opposing team can just shoot pucks at their face. Like that's That's going to affect somebody, That's I say.
Yeah.
You get a few. You get a few off the old dome, and it's going to affect you. Ryan, I'm just curious. Did you like for Michael's? Like obviously, some actors will do kind of like they'll work on their backstory, just to help for their characterizations and whatnot. Did you ever come up with who Michael's actual goalie hero is?
That's a good question. I'm kind of keeping that close to the chest, and I hope that's okay. He's got a weird number. If you haven't noticed, there's certain things on his helmet that are really weird. If you really look at it, so yeah, I definitely did like think about it. For me with Michael's, all I want is like something to be called like a Michael's hat trick, where he can get into like a fight, get a goal from the other end, and an assist, or like maybe like a goal on an empty netter, a fight, and a shutout, or something like that. Called the Michael's hat trick. Yeah. I don't know if it's ever been done as a goalie. I've been looking it up. Like maybe we could do it in the show eventually. I'm really trying to hammer the writers, but I don't know. We'll see.
well, we're looking forward to seeing what happens in season 3, definitely, because season 1 and 2, tons of fun. This show's got a ton of heart, and Jared and Jacob and the rest of you are just putting magic together, really. And I think you probably said it best, that a lot of people take the line that the hockey brings people together, but you've mentioned, I believe in a previous interview, that this show brings people together, that a lot of people, even non-hockey fans, are watching the show and getting something out of it.
It's crazy. There's this one little area in Thornhill here where I'm at, and I'll go get coffee, and I'm running into people that love the show. I'm talking like 24/7, all the time, every second day. Like, and I mean, it's, I'm, I'm honored. It's crazy. Like I've never had this. It was just a little while ago. I was getting some avocados, and someone was saying something, but it was like him and his roommate, and they were saying to me like, we just like we loved every Friday. We were waiting for it. Sometimes we'd watch it late on Thursday night. Like, dude, it's just the best. He's like, everything that's going on right now in the world, like, it's just so nice to go home and just turn off and have a laugh about something that doesn't have to do with kind of about anything. And I was just like, wow, thanks. And like, I was with my gal, my little son, and we're going for a walk, and someone pulled over, and he was like, hey man, there's a lot of, hey dude, like, there's a lot of that. They think they're like, we're all bros, but like I will always be a bro to a fan. But like, yeah, there's a lot of that, like, Michaels, hey, fuck you, and then like, what's the picture?
Give your balls a tug. Yeah.
Fuck you, Michael. Saying, how are you doing? No, it's pretty funny.
That's always hilarious.
They're like, I watch his show with my mom, and I was like, really? I was like, that's kind of cool. I was like, what? It brings people closer together, I guess, right? And he goes, exactly. And but he's like, my mom just loves it, and I was like, wow, that's really cool, man. And then the kid was young, but not too young, and he was. So there's a lot of that's been pretty eye-opening, and I know that was the intent, but you never know where it reaches and how it goes. And there's definitely the diehard hockey fans that there's out there for that, but there's also like some just fans of like the comedy and the heart behind it, truthfully. So it's yeah, I'm very lucky to be part of this.
Well, we think you're doing a great job, man, and we look forward to more. Man. And we wish you the best of luck going out there to Sudbury to start shooting again. Hope you have a great night, man. Warm.
I will. It's taco night here, and my little guy's downstairs, so we're gonna go crush some tacos.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll let you get to it, man. Have a good night,
awesome. Guys. Okay, you too. Okay, be well.
Great.
Be well.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right.
Thanks a lot,
Take
Ryan.
care, guys.